Ho, 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 and Merry Christmas. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. On hour one, we are looking at all of the delicious holiday treats that we've made throughout this holiday season: sugar cookie lattes, breakfast casseroles, bacon ranch cheese balls, and much more. So hour one of Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Lions Head Jewelers Fossil and Mineral Gallery. Located in the heart of Lions Head Village for over a decade, our 4,000 square foot gallery boasts a one-of-a-kind experience that cannot be found anywhere else in Vail. We carry the most exquisite array of fine jewelry, high-end minerals, and museum-quality fossils. We invite you to come in and explore all the history and beauty that nature has to offer.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
Just wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to my family in Florida, in Delray Beach, Florida. I missed you guys and wish you were here. Love you.
All right, Merry Christmas, Thomas and Annie. We can't wait to spend Christmas with you. Love you guys.
Hi everyone, happy holidays from Vail Health.
Les deseamos una feliz Navidad y un próspero año nuevo.
Have a happy, healthy holiday season. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. Now, Kevin and I love getting in the kitchen. We have so much fun together in there. But we made a delicious little holiday appetizer if you are looking for some ideas to get through your day today. Let's take a look. Now, I love a good Thanksgiving appetizer almost as much as I love the actual meal itself. Kevin, what's your favorite? Do you like the appetizers or do you like the meal?
I like it all. I really do. It's one of those things where you just graze throughout the day and then you get to the meal and it's like you're stuffed, but you're just relentless and you just go after it.
Well, I grew up in the South, which means we love things that are filled with cheese. So we are going to be making mini bacon cheese ranch ball bites, and it's quite delicious. So this is going to be a fun one.
I can't wait.
Are you a big fan of like different cheese appetizers?
Oh, I love cheese.
Awesome. Yep. I mean, who doesn't, right?
Who doesn't like cheese?
It's a staple, But shout out to those that don't eat it. But for most of us, this is going to be a delicious and savory little finger food before you have the big meal. So it's really simple. It starts with 2 kinds of cheese, so cream cheese and cheddar cheese. So we're going to go ahead and get started making this recipe. This one would make about 15 mini balls, so it's going to be
feed like 2 people.
For now, it'll feed everyone here in studio, but we'll go ahead and get started. What we have is we've got cream cheese, and you kind of want to let it sit out so it's nice and soft.
Soften it up there.
So we've had it probably sitting out about 15-20 minutes, and it'll be nice and soft. So we're going to do about 2/3 of a block of cream cheese, which is about 8 ounces.
Okay.
Sorry, it's about 6 ounces of cream cheese. So we're going to go ahead, and Kevin is going to do the cutting for me. And then while he does that, this is super simple. It should take 10 minutes or less.
And you want it in that bowl?
And we'll throw it in our bowl here, right? And you want to make sure there's kind of an interesting fine line with this cream cheese. You want it to be softened, but you don't want it to be too soft. Otherwise, it won't hold everything together.
Right, you want to bind it.
Yeah, exactly.
Bind it together.
Exactly.
Keyword here, the cooking in the kitchen, binding.
Binding is a keyword. So the next thing that we'll be doing is 4 ounces of shredded cheddar cheese.
Okay.
So an entire package of cheddar cheese, if you were making this for the full size of the recipe, you would just dump the entire package of cheddar cheese because these are about 8 ounces in the grocery store. So we'll do about half.
Okay.
You want to dump half?
And one thing that you mentioned before we started here, a key ingredient to get started with is the washing of the hands. And Kim and I both washed our hands.
We washed our hands during the commercial break, so we were ready to go because this is going to be an interactive. Looks good to me.
Yeah, that's 4 ounces right there.
4 ounces, right?
On the nose.
The best part, you can use a hand mixer or just for the essence of time, I like to use this one. You just put it on the lowest speed. So we're going to stick it in there and get rocking and rolling. So Kevin, what you can do right now while I'm mixing this is
stand away and wear an apron.
Stand away, wear an apron. But we're actually going to go ahead and mix our bacon and our parsley, and you can mix it in here. So you're going to do about a half a teaspoon of parsley, and then a half a cup of bacon, but I'd say just about half the package, or a little more, whatever. It's really up to you. You can mix whatever you want to, because what we're going to do is roll our cheese mix into the bacon and the parsley. It's the simplest thing. And then the last piece, you throw a little bit of ranch seasoning in there. Now, you can measure this out. I'm going to go ahead and measure it out now.
You're going to be official
I'm
about
going to be
it.
official.
While I'm sitting here eyeballing things.
Well, you can never go and also too much cheese, too much bacon doesn't exist in my mind.
Right, okay.
Yep. So you're just going to go ahead and add
how much of the parsley again?
You're about
tablespoons?
About half a teaspoon, or a tablespoon, sorry. So not that much. And we're just going to go ahead and throw it in here. I'm telling you. And it's really up to you. You can put as much ranch seasoning as you want to. Now, wish me luck. Let's hope it doesn't go
wish
all
me luck,
over the
because
place.
I'm the one standing next to her.
We'll go ahead and, there we go. And just kind of pulse it and mix it all together. You know, sometimes you might want to make sure you've got a bowl that has higher sides than the one we're using here today. But
Or a blender that doesn't go on Mach 5.
we're just pulsing it out just to get it nice and mixed together. Now this is going to be the fun part, and you know we can. I'll leave you to do the rolling, and I'll make the balls. But our hands
bring
are
my
clean.
gloves.
Normally, if you wanted to use gloves because you are entertaining for people, I'd always recommend that.
Okay.
But you know what I love? I love using this little melon ball scooper because it makes it like a nice,
Perfect little balls.
little amount. You know, you've got too much. And then if you're wondering, like, what do I do next? If you've got an extra spoon, it always kind of helps scoop it out there. So that's about the size of it, right?
Okay.
We're just gonna scoop it. This is always the fun part. And then I'm gonna roll it into a ball.
Okay.
And then we're just
You're
gonna
gonna hand it off to me.
hand it off to you. You roll it in the bacon.
I'm gonna dredge it in the bacon.
Dredge it in the
That's
bacon.
a key cooking word, dredge.
Binding and
Binding
dredging.
and dredge. So if you're starting your own glossary and definition.
And really, you know what I love about this is like you can really do all kinds of variations. So, you know, we use our base of cream cheese here, but you could use like the Boursin cheese that's got like the herbs and flavors in it. You can, you know, roll it in almonds or walnuts.
Whatever
or
cheese you want.
Whatever cheese you want. You just need a soft cheese, and then if you want to, I guess you could say have a variety of flavors and a flavor explosion in your mouth when you take a bite. You literally.
Who doesn't love that?
And who doesn't? You just
Especially for the holidays.
for the holidays, you know, that's definitely a good one. But then as you do this, you can do like I've done a variation where I put diced dried cranberries with some walnuts over it. It's quite delicious.
You see how I've been changing my technique a little bit. I started off, and I noticed some of my dredging has fallen off. But if I get it on there and then I give it a little bit of roll like this, just integrates it a little bit. Another word, integrate.
Integrate.
Right into. There we go.
I mean, look at how delicious these look. You know, definitely nothing healthy about this recipe.
No, not at all.
If you were trying, I could say.
Well, I tell you what, you did get these simple organic pretzel sticks.
I did.
So we're.
You know, these are staple in my house as well, in my
Yep.
pantry.
Okay.
And oftentimes, I think, depending on your grocery list, you may have most of these ingredients in your fridge already, depending on what you're doing. And, you know, measurements are important, but really it's just kind of up to you. And I'd say, you know, from here, these look pretty good to us. You know?
Right.
I can't wait to try it.
I
first
can
thing in
tell
the
you were
morning.
just all excited. You're shaking over there. My goodness.
Shaking in my boots,
My
except today is
goodness.
the one day I didn't wear boots,
Yeah.
which I usually always wear on the show. But once you do this, and you know, you kind of you just set them out. You can make them look pretty, and the best part is we've got these pretzel sticks. You just stick right smack in the middle, and it makes a great finger food for your guests. So while we are getting our hands dirty preparing these, your guests won't be getting their hands dirty while they eat them.
Right, they just right here.
You just stick a pretzel stick right in the middle, and you've got a delicious bacon ranch cheese lollipop is how I like to look at it. Forget cake pops; those are so last year.
Those are last year.
You know, we're all about the savory flavors, but what's really great about this is you've got the saltiness from the bacon bits, and then if you wanted to make your own bacon bits, you can. That's you know,
It's a lot. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, a little bit more messy, but if you just wanted to throw this together in a quick 5 to 10 minute preparation, you run to the grocery store. What do you think?
Oh, just a food marvel. It is a food marvel.
The easiest Thanksgiving recipe. You literally just mix a couple of cheeses together, throw some ranch seasoning, and then you roll it in bacon bits and parsley. You can do fresh parsley. You can do dried parsley, which is what we did. But it's just short, simple, easy. Run to the grocery store. 6 ingredients or less, and doesn't take very much
And look at
time.
that presentation. Just absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. Well, that's a quick and easy one. If you're looking for recipes, happy to share it with you. Just ping us on the YouTube channel or on our Facebook page, and we'll share it in the comments.
Good morning, Vail.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
A America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
My name is Tyler Alvarez. I work here at Sweet Basil in Vail. I'm a bartender here. I originally came to Vail to snowboard. I slept on my sister and my cousin's couch for what was supposed to be a week, turned into 2 months, and then I found my own spot, and then kind of made friends and worked different places in the valley and kind of just fell in love with it more and more every single day, and ended up finding my way to Sweet Basil through some friends who worked here and all the great things that I heard about it. And yeah, I've been here for 4 years now. It's hard to wake up in Vail and be upset when you look outside. It's just beautiful. My favorite part about working at Sweet Basil is definitely that I could be proud about everything that we're putting out, whether it's food, drinks. We also get to be really creative here. The bartenders, the whole team here, we workshop our menus every season, so we'll start with a spirit or an ingredient, and then we get to be really creative and make a whole project of it. And then when we get the final product, it's a drink that we're all really proud of for the whole menu, and that's super fun, just being able to be creative and work with new things. And the most fun cocktails to make, though, are definitely the ones that we get to create from scratch. When people take a sip and say, oh my God, this is delicious, or they just love it. And that's probably the most fun for me, the creativity behind it and making unique cocktails. That, for me, that would be the most fun drink to make, just the one that you start from scratch and then people are excited about. I'm Tyler, I live and work in Vail. Come see me at Sweet Basil.
Welcome aboard! Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Good morning, Vail.
Now you may have some leftover cheese balls that you didn't eat with your friends and family, even though they are quite delicious. Mark and I popped into the kitchen and we used some of those leftover ingredients to make a delicious breakfast casserole. Let's take a look. Well, it is a fun Friday and we are sizzling things up here in the kitchen. And I don't even know what Mark's doing. He's back there prepping things.
I'm actually looking around through the cabinets to see what other things we can add into this.
This
to make
sizzling concoction.
This breakfast casserole, like an egg strata, yeah, these things are yum.
You know, this is like one of my favorite things. I always do a big ski trip every year with my brother and a lot of our friends. And what we do is prepare a lot of breakfast casseroles. So it's super simple. You can make it overnight and then you literally just pop it in the fridge in the morning, because who wants to make a lot of things early in the morning for a lot of people? I don't.
I never do. Not my deal at all. So is this your special recipe?
So it's similar, not my special recipe specifically, but I do love to do this. And really you can follow the measurements, but you really just kind of put in whatever you want to, really. We've got, so we're cooking up some onion just to soften it a little bit so that when you bite it, it'll be baking.
You can put it in there, obviously raw dog if you want to, but you don't need to.
Yeah, and so we, during the commercial break, we decided we were going to brown a little bit of the sausage.
Yep.
And I love sausage in the morning.
Is that the Jimmy Dean?
I don't know what brand it is. Mark got this started during the commercial break. So it is the Jimmy Dean. And I like a good
Now,
sausage.
have you had the Jimmy Dean maple sausage before? I wouldn't.
I bet that's good.
It is good, but I wouldn't use it. I probably wouldn't mix it with this because it's that sweet piece that, I don't know, I like the savory kind of yum, but
Same.
the sweet is good at times.
Sweet is good at times. You mentioned the maple. I actually, when I eat sausage,
Am I freaking you out by keep on me?
I don't know where to look right. When I'm eating usually sausage with my pancakes, I always drench it in the maple syrup. and I only use real maple syrup.
Really?
Yeah, none of that sugar-free Aunt Jemima stuff.
So we were talking about this recipe, right? And
yes.
We have basic stuff that goes into it.
We do. So what's kind of easy about this recipe, you just need a carb, which we're using frozen hash browns. Super simple, and you're just going to layer it. We use 6 eggs, 2 cups of milk, and then whatever breakfast meats and vegetables that you want to put in it, and of course cheese, always cheese.
I found some Vermont maple syrup too.
Well, I'm going to save a little bit of the sausage and eat it on the side because it's not going in my eggs.
You heard it. So I was looking in the fridge for more things we could add to it, right, Kim?
Yep.
And I'm not going to open the fridge, show everybody what's in here, but I did find a couple things. Now, this we found out is a little Tupperware full of little diced jalapenos, which for me would be really good in here.
Mm-hmm.
But we also found out
they've got a kick to them.
They have a kick, but because they've been kind of hanging out in the fridge probably for a little longer than they should have been.
We're admitting that on live TV.
Not bad. So we're gonna. I mean, look at that. This little thing hid in the corner in there. You wouldn't even see it. But we're not going to use those today. But you and Kevin made this yesterday.
We did. We made bacon, cream cheese, cheddar ranch bites. Delicious. So we basically, you can make this as a dip, but we just rolled it into little balls and stuck pretzels on it. So it was like a cake pop, but a savory cake pop made out of cheese.
And this, I think, could work with this. So I think we should add this in.
I'm here for that. Absolutely.
Okay, so that's going to be going in here in a little bit. Once we preheated the oven at 350.
We did. We did.
Do we need to spray this down or give it a little?
You know, we.
I don't think it's a bad idea.
We can, but you don't need to. You can just throw everything in there, but it wouldn't be a bad idea, you know, just to make it easy on your life when you're getting it out there. But the best part about this recipe too, it takes about, once you're finished like assembling it, and you can layer it like a lasagna if you wanted to. You can just kind of mix everything together. But sausage is going, so we're almost done here. And if it's not completely cooked, it will bake in the oven too. So you don't have to worry about making sure that it's completely cooked. In fact, I think we should get started on the rest of it.
Even though it's really raw, let's just eat it.
That is not what I said. You get to just throw it in the oven. It's going to be baking for about 40 minutes.
Did I tell you I had hernia surgery the other day?
You're still dealing with the after effects.
Feel this right here. Do you feel this? Just feel this right here. Right there.
I think I'm good.
That's there's 3.
Mark, we have eggs to crack.
Okay, here we go. So
we've got 6 eggs. So we've got to get this.
These are going in here with the milk, right?
They are. So, word of advice: don't crack it on the edge if you can help it. Crack it on a flat surface so that you don't get a shell in there, unless you're expert, which Mark is.
I'm actually pretty good at it.
Yeah, some people aren't.
I'm
not on occasion. Depends. If I have an audience, sometimes I get nervous.
Really?
Just with cracking eggs, you know. People watch you. The way you crack your eggs tells you a lot about a person.
Confidence.
It does. It really does.
So eggs and milk are going in here right now.
2 cups of milk. Yep. So we're going to go ahead and get that milk rolling while you crack the eggs.
And we're just kind of eyeballing the milk. Yeah. We can eyeball this milk for the most part.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. You basically just kind of want to make sure that the consistency is good. And the milk also just adds like extra fluffiness and a little bit of
Because you could use half and half.
You could. You can.
If you wanted to, right?
Yeah, you could. And, you know, you could throw cream cheese in this, but we're keeping it pretty basic. We are throwing cream cheese from the leftover dip.
Yep.
But, you know, just to make it creamier, a little bit more delicious.
Okay, you got that?
Yep. All right, I'm going to let you freehand the milk since you're manning it all. Then you're just going to stir it all together. And yep.
I'm liking that.
That looks like 2 cups of milk to me.
Works for me.
Then add salt and pepper to your liking.
Behind you. I'm going to go over here real quick.
Always great to say behind you when you're in the kitchen. Make sure that you don't run into anybody.
I'm going to use this.
I used to wait tables in college, though. That was a phrase we used all the time.
We don't have a blender or a mixer, so I'm just going to use this, okay? You good with that?
Great with that.
It's all the same flavor anyways.
You can add salt and pepper to taste how you want to. You can add garlic powder, you know, really whatever you want to.
Yeah, paprika, chili powder.
I love a good chili powder, huh? You're into the spicy?
I like chili powder. I use it a lot at my house. Paprika I use a lot too.
Yeah, I like paprika as well. Mostly because it's a red spice and I have red hair. So then you just layer it. So then we're going to grab, while you work on that, we're going to let this simmer a little bit longer. Probably should stir these onions a little bit as well.
Wait, so this is going in, what goes in first, the potatoes?
So we put the potatoes first. I'm going to grab those out of the freezer.
They're right there?
Yep.
Do you want me to do a little, just a little wipe in the pan just because? I'm going to do it. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
A little olive oil just because.
Sounds good to me.
Good deal.
So you want to do about a half of a package of a 15-ounce frozen bag of hash browns, which is what we've got right here. Well, we've got 30 ounces. So I'm going to do about a fourth of this one.
And that's going to be the bed?
And we're going to put it in the bed. So yeah, I'll grab this right over here.
And we're going to put it in the bed. You knew what I meant.
I did. I knew exactly what you meant.
Made it up.
Yeah.
That's good. See?
You're just going to basically like shake it out in here. And really this is kind of to your discretion, right?
Yeah. Everything is.
Always is. That's the best part about using a savory breakfast
put it in
casserole.
just because I want to. That's the fun of cooking, right?
It is the fun of cooking. All right, so always
Where's Johnny, by the way?
You know, that's a great question. Hopefully she didn't get lost going to grab a coffee.
I wish we could check in with her.
All right, there we go.
Okay, so far so good.
We've got this in here. Yep, so far so good. We can go ahead and start layering. So what I would suggest doing is doing all of the more stable ingredients, i.e. like the onions, the meat, all of that, the potatoes first, and then you're gonna just bathe it all in the egg mixture.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Yeah, so what do you want to do with it?
All right, you tell me.
I mean, it's all the same, right?
It's all the same.
Here.
You go first.
You do the sausage, I'll put some onions in. Want to put them all in, or are we just going to layer?
Yeah.
Let's put them all in.
Let's put them all in, why not?
As long as they're not lumped up in one corner.
You know what's great about this too?
But you can layer cheese.
We're gonna do that after we get everything rocking and rolling. What's great about this recipe is like it got protein, all the carbs that you need, especially if you're getting out on the mountain.
Heck yeah.
So we're just gonna go ahead and do a sprinkling of cheese here. I'm a big fan of cheese in between every layer.
Yeah. I found this extra bag.
Great.
In the fridge, so let's use it all.
Let's use it all. It's just gonna be a cheesy goodness. All right, are we ready to throw in that sausage? I think so.
Yeah, we're good.
I think let's do it. You got it?
Yep.
Great.
I'd rather use my hands.
You know, a little grease never hurt anyone. In fact, it makes it more delicious, in my opinion.
Are we want to go all of it in there?
I think so. Let's throw it all in there. Let's make it a nice, hearty, protein-filled breakfast.
My mouth's watering right now.
I can't wait to try this.
Kim's like, I'm taking all the leftovers home.
I don't know if we're going to have leftovers between you and I, my guests from out of town, and the rest of the crew here.
Yeah, Johnny. Johnny, I heard, has quite an appetite.
You know, all right. We'll sprinkle a little bit more in here. Why not?
Can you sprinkle more than that?
I am. We're just working on it. All right, we've got some salt and pepper.
Yeah, we'll put that on too, but this is ready to be.
All right.
So you decide what you want to do. We gonna take a break, or we gonna come back?
I think it's time to.
What? Pour it and go.
Time to pour it and go.
And we'll put more cheese on top, right? We good?
Absolutely, we're good.
Oh, and I think the ticket is going to be those little nuggets of joy, these little cream cheese thingies.
It's going to be so good.
We mixing it or no? We don't really mix it, do we?
You can if you want to. You don't have to, but
I think it looks pretty solid, don't you?
I think it looks pretty good to me.
Okay.
And then, you know, it's cool. The eggs are going to rise a little bit. Everything's just going to fill in. We're just
and it's going to coagulate.
It's going to coagulate.
Well, in a sense, right?
Yeah, it is.
Put some of this on. You're like.
Yeah, it's going to be really cheesy.
Yeah,
but we like the cheese.
Yeah, that's good. And
awesome.
then we don't have any tin foil, so we're going to use the cookie pan. We're going to use this as a cover to put it in the oven.
It's a magic hack.
Is it ready?
It's ready. We're ready to go.
Okay. You open that oven up for me, and
I
I'll
will
toss
open
her
this
in.
oven. You ready? Here we go.
Good. Here we go. Oven 350. And we'll just keep checking in on it.
And it should cook about, I don't know, 40 minutes or so.
40 minutes?
40 minutes. That's what it takes. So we'll be enjoying it at the end of the show. But great segment. Love being in the kitchen. Mark did not throw anything at me like he did the very first
not
time.
over yet.
Well, stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning Vail right after this.
Good Morning Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva8.com y nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tva8vail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Experience the magic of the season like never before with the Leadville Railroad on our Holiday Express. Gather the family for an enchanting journey filled with dazzling displays of twinkling lights and festive decorations. Create cherished memories that will last a lifetime on this unforgettable train adventure that captures the spirit of the holidays. Booking information at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good Morning Vail.
It may be Christmas Day, but you probably are going to be entertaining throughout the rest of this week. I made some French toast dippers with a special batter with Ross in the kitchen. Let's take a look. Welcome back. We're in the kitchen. Are you excited about this?
I'm ready.
I know every time I bring Ross into the kitchen, he claims he's not a chef, but we are slowly turning him into one here on the show.
I think we can do this.
I think we can. So I have a question for you. What's your favorite breakfast food?
Hawaiian roll French toast.
He knew exactly why he had to say that, because that is what we are making. We are making a holiday twist. We're doing eggnog French toast dippers. So lots of fun. And King's Hawaiian bread. Who doesn't love a good King's Hawaiian bread?
It's a good start.
It is a great start. So simple ingredients for this one. We've got the King's Hawaiian rolls. You've got your sugar, your cinnamon, your nutmeg. We do use a little vanilla extract. And instead of using milk, we're using eggnog, which I'm a big fan of eggnog. You know, forget the peppermint mocha. I know I do like the peppermint, but give me eggnog. I will drink that entire thing. Warm, not warm, whatever, it's delicious. So I was really excited about this recipe here. But I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get started.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so we actually did some things, a little bit of preparation ahead of time, but super simple. We opened our King's Hawaiian rolls, and what we did from there is we sliced it into thirds, and then we toasted it in the oven at 300 degrees for about 3 to 5 minutes. So Ross, if you wouldn't mind grabbing the rolls out of the oven for me. So we've got them already toasted. They are ready to go, and we can just pull that out here, and we'll actually just kind of set it right here in front of us. Should be.
It's gonna be hot.
It might be a little bit toasty. So while he's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and get our batter made. So with any good French toast, you want your batter going. You need about 2 eggs and then half a cup of eggnog. So if you wanna just put that right there, that'll work for me.
They smell so good already.
Oh, well, who doesn't love a King's Hawaiian roll? They're so versatile from a baked good or from a carb perspective. So we would do about a half a cup of eggnog, but I'm just actually gonna just pour it into here. That looks good to me. We'll do a little bit more maybe, but it doesn't really matter if you're making anything French toast. You just
can't hurt it.
You have to just get the ingredients nice and wet. So then we're gonna do 2 eggs. I've got my eggs right here. So Ross, how are you in cracking eggs?
I can crack an egg.
Yeah? All right, well, I'm gonna give you one, I'll do one, and then we'll just crack them.
Have you seen the videos of the parents that crack the kids or the egg on the kid's face?
Oh, for sure. It's one of my favorite videos that's circulating the internet right now. We'll just throw them back in here, and if we've got a trash can up, you're good to go over there.
Good to go.
So we'll do a little dash of vanilla extract to pour in there as well, because that is the key to French toast batter. So I would do about, half a teaspoon. I love vanilla, so I just kind of eyeball it there. And then we're gonna whisk it all together. So if you wanna go ahead and grab that whisk that we've got right here and just make sure it's nice and stirred. We have our skillet is hot. We're gonna throw in some butter there, and we're just gonna fry up these French toast bites that are about to happen.
It smells so good right now in here.
Well, holidays, festivities. I know I'm excited to spend some time with friends and family and just really be in the kitchen. So we're gonna go ahead and get this butter open here. Just want about, I don't know, I'd say like 1/8 of butter, obviously depending on how big of a batch you're making here. But we're just gonna get this butter into the skillet. There we go. Make sure that it is burning. You lower the temperature just a little bit. That looks perfect to me. If you want to throw that over here. Make a mess there. All right. Now here's the fun part. It's dipping it in. We can throw a little nutmeg into this batter if you wanted to. We've got some nutmeg in our mix, so this is what's going to make this an extra special treat.
Okay.
You're just going to take this so you can see it's nice and crispy.
You can use your hands.
Yep, using those fingers. We washed our hands, so we are ready to rock. When you're in the kitchen, always make sure you wash your hands first and get that going in here. We're just going to do this, pop it in. You can hear that sizzle. So we're just going to start dunking and sizzling.
Love it. Okay, I can dunk.
You can do the dunk?
Yep.
You're welcome to use the fork if you want to. But we've got it sizzling here in the pan. This is our first one, and you just want to make sure that each side is crisped up. Now, the reason we crisped it in the oven ahead of time, because otherwise it'll really soak up the batter, and it'll almost soak it up a little bit too much. Whereas these, we want them to be, normal French toast is a little bit softer when you eat it, but you want these to be like handheld so that you can dip them into the maple syrup that we've got. This recipe that we have, it says maple syrup is optional. It's never optional. No. It is always a requirement. So I can smell the eggnog. It smells delicious. So if you can look there, we're starting to flip these over. It's a nice, easy, crispy side of things. And now here's where the fun part is that makes this extra delicious. We have a cinnamon, sugar, nutmeg mix. So the second these are finished cooking, we're gonna toss them in this cinnamon, sugar, nutmeg mix, which we'll pull over here in a second. And then we're gonna get everything plated, ready to go. We'll dip it in there. It's gonna be good.
I'm loving this.
Yeah. So Ross, if you wouldn't mind pouring some of the maple syrup into our cute little serving dish we've got going on here. And this is just a fun, party holiday dessert. You can basically bring this to a brunch. You can serve this on Christmas morning. You can serve it, if you're going to just anything really, because who doesn't love breakfast for dinner, breakfast at all times? Have you seen the movie Elf, where he has all of the sugar and all of the maple syrup for breakfast.
He puts maple syrup on spaghetti.
Maple syrup on spaghetti. I've yet to try that, but maybe I should. Maybe that's our next episode.
You're killing me. You're trying to kill me.
You're killing me, Smalls. All right, these are looking good. They're crisping up. I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple more of these rocking and rolling in
Cool.
here.
I can help you with that.
Yes, you can. Awesome. They look great to me. So this one is nice and crispy. All right. And that's the best part. It's pretty easy. If you don't know how to make French toast, all you need is your milk, an egg, vanilla extract, and that's the beginning of it. But we're doing the eggnog version.
Ready for it?
I'm ready for it. We've got a little room here on the pan. And I think these are looking good. These 4 pieces first. So we're going to go ahead and get that dipped into our cinnamon and sugar. And you want to do it while it's hot because then it absorbs all the cinnamon, all the sugar. All right. Boom.
Oh.
Looking good to me. The pressure's on. Did he make it
Nailed
from the bowl to the pan?
Nailed
I think
it.
he did. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and do this. And I'm going to just take... We're missing our tongs here, but that's okay. We're just going to do a quick little scoop. I'm just going to drop it right in there on these that are finished. Boom. Looking good to me. We're going to toss them in that cinnamon, sugar, nutmeg mix.
And
Put
what's
them on
the
the
drink
plate.
that pairs with this? Just a nice cup of eggnog, or?
Nice cup of eggnog. Just keep it going. Eggnog adult version.
There you go, yep.
We could do that. You could just do it with your coffee. Really kind of anything, right? You just want to get that cinnamon and sugar all over these. There we go. Just a nice little toss there. And it'll caramelize up a little bit because it's fresh out of the pan. All right, and if you had tongs, you just take those tongs and you can just place them on that plate. They look pretty darn good to me.
They look amazing.
Right? And you see how it's like I'm able to put them on the plate and they're not like just crumbling apart in my hand?
Yes.
It's because we toasted them in the oven.
Yes, they're
ahead of time.
keeping shape right now.
They are keeping shape. So we've got a couple more here and we'll do that on the next round. And then I think you and I should try them.
I think so.
What do you think?
I like that idea.
You know, it's a great start to the Monday morning and the holiday treats that should be happening all week long.
Yeah.
Because Christmas is in a week from today, which is insane. Yeah, I'm pretty good.
That's crazy.
Yeah, do you have any favorite holiday treats or breakfast things that you do?
No, I'm still, a 5-year-old at heart, so I still love cereal.
Cereal,
Stuff
okay.
Like that. Eggs from time to time.
Simple?
Eggs and sausage.
Eggs and
Nothing
sausage.
Crazy.
My dad does pancakes every morning, or every holiday morning whenever I go home. So maybe he should be doing these eggnog French toast dippers instead.
Yeah, these look pretty good.
They look pretty great. I feel like we're almost ready to toss these, and then
Okay.
we'll toss them, we'll try them, we'll live
Cool.
our best lives. Now stay tuned, we'll be right back after this. I am finishing up this batch here, but I say we try the ones that we do have finished because
Yes.
they've cooled down a little bit. As you can see, they're covered in that delicious cinnamon sugar nutmeg mix with the maple syrup. So
So I like the end pieces.
the end
Do you
pieces,
like the
oh,
ends?
that's good. You're the guy that likes the end pieces.
Oh, they're the best.
We'll do a quick little dip there, try it out in that delicious maple syrup. What do you think? Are you a fan of the eggnog?
There's a lot going on right now.
All of the flavors.
That's breakfast?
That is breakfast.
Not dessert? Okay.
That is a Christmas breakfast if I've ever tasted one. It is quite delicious. You've got the sugar, the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the eggnog, which is actually a very light flavor.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
At Revival Boutique Med Spa, we take an integrative and holistic approach to skincare, focusing on the bigger picture when treating our clients. We use only result-driven and science-based products that contain clean, organic, wildcrafted, and research-based ingredients. From injectables, facials, to body contouring, we offer anything related to looking your best self. Find us in the Riverwalk in Edwards. For a complete list of services, visit us online at revivalvail.com. Follow us on Instagram at Revival Vail Valley. Fall in love with your skin again. There's lots to love at Revival. Mind, body, beauty.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Good morning, Vail.
Who doesn't love a delicious holiday coffee, especially a sugar cookie latte? Ross and I got into the kitchen and we made our very, very best version of the Starbucks sugar cookie latte. We are in the kitchen for the second day in a row.
Yes.
I'm making Ross into a chef.
Yes.
He doesn't know yet, but that was part of the reason he signed up for this job.
Yeah,
Cooking lessons on air.
Yeah.
But we are actually going to make, I love a good holiday festive cocktail, and I traveled this past weekend, went to one of the local coffee shops, and they were all out of the festive holiday drinks. I know, can you believe it? So we are making a Starbucks dupe, or a fancy coffee shop dupe, I guess I shouldn't say Starbucks, a sugar cookie latte recipe. And the trick to that is all in the simple syrup. Did you know that?
Of course, yeah, of course.
Of course,
Yeah.
obviously. So it's super simple. You can use an espresso or regular coffee. If you're making this at home, chances are you're probably just making a regular coffee, but we're gonna go ahead and get started, and we're gonna make this simple syrup. And this is where the secret ingredient kicks in. So I'll tell you all about it. With it, we've got, you've got 3 different extracts in this one. So a butter extract, and that's what's gonna make it taste like the cookie. And we've got a vanilla extract and almond extract. So 3 different extracts, 2 different kinds of sugar, and some water. It's pretty simple.
Love it. Love it. Sounds
awesome.
delicious.
Well, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, Ross, I'm going to tell you what to do, and we're going to start mixing things up in our pot to make our simple syrup. So we need about 1/4 of a cup of water to get started, and the water will be our base. So we've got a bottle of water here. I've got the man in the kitchen to open things for me. Just kidding, I could do it myself. But we're going to pour about a half, we've got a half a cup right here, measurement style. So we'll just do about half of that with water. And then we'll pour the water in here. So looks great. We've got it, it's already heated, nice and sizzling. Next, we're gonna add our sugar. So we've got 2 different kinds of sugar. If you want to reduce some of the sugar count, you can use a monk fruit sweetener, which is actually what we're gonna do here today. We're going to do about 1/4 of a cup of this. So same thing, we're just gonna take our cup measuring, or our measuring cup, and do about half of it. So no pressure.
Are we doing this monk fruit?
We're doing the monk fruit sweetener versus regular granulated sugar, but we will have 2 kinds of sugar in this. So just about half Looks good to me.
Straight
We'll
in?
just dump it straight in there. Now we're going to add a little bit of the brown sugar because if you recall, when you're making cookies from scratch, you usually have 2 kinds of sugar in it. So we're going to add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar into our mix. The tablespoons are the big ones. If you're not a big cook in the kitchen, make sure you use the biggest spoon for tablespoons. Okay,
We're getting there.
We're getting there. So it's really super simple, and you just want to start like kind of just making sure that the sugar doesn't burn. We'll just do 2 of those. Yeah, it doesn't have to be super packed in there.
We're going to be a little generous with the brown sugar.
We are. I'm okay with that. Now the next pieces are the fun ones. So we're going to go ahead and separate this. We need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So vanilla is like a staple in all things baking, you know. Yeah. We'll do about 1 teaspoon in here. There we go. Perfect. It's okay if you go a little extra, as I always say. Vanilla, you can always go a little bit overboard and it'll taste good. Then we're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of the butter extract, and that's what's going to make it taste like a cookie. So just a 1/2 teaspoon of that. There we go. And then we're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of the almond extract. And I love a good almond flavor when I'm baking. Sometimes I actually swap out my vanillas and my almonds, and it tastes quite delicious.
It smells amazing right now.
It does, right? We're just having a little Christmas cheer over here. It's a sugar cookie latte, but I think you could really actually use it all times of the year, right? So we're just gonna stir it a little bit. You know, it really doesn't matter. Minimal tools in the kitchen if you need it. You're just gonna stir it. You can see it's starting to like brown up a little bit. You just want to reduce it down, like let it thicken.
Cool.
And then this is gonna be our simple syrup.
Cool.
Now, the best part about simple syrup, making it from scratch, this will last about 2 weeks in the fridge if you wanted to keep it in the fridge. So that way you've got delicious lattes for 2 weeks long. It's probably just about the same price as buying it at a Starbucks. So I think it's a win over here. But then really super simple. You know, are you an espresso guy or are you a coffee guy?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Depends on the day.
All right. So if you were ordering, would you prefer a latte or coffee? What would you do this morning?
I like the skinny flat whites, like the small one, like a little less milk, you know.
I'm about the same. So what's great about this, you can follow exact measurements to make this coffee cocktail, I guess you could call it, or you can kind of just freehand it. So we warmed up some milk. You can use any milk that you want to. So for each latte, you'd probably do about 3/4 of a cup of milk. But for you, if you prefer a little bit less, you can just do like half if you want to. And so this is starting to look really good here. We're just gonna let it simmer a little bit. And then you do about, to get a true like ratio so you can really taste the syrup, you do about 3/4 of a cup of coffee. And then like 3/4 of a cup of milk. And then 1/4 of a cup of coffee. So less coffee, more milk for that true latte. You can froth it up with like a little frother or steam it, whatever you've got on hand, or you can just warm it up and it tastes delicious.
Lovely.
So we'll go ahead and we've got our fun Christmas coffee mugs here, or winter coffee mugs, I guess you could say, and a little bit of coffee. So we'll pour some coffee into it. Wish us luck though, it could be messy.
So we'll do about 1/2 and 1/2.
I'll do about 1/2 and 1/2 in there, and you just want to pour that in there. As you can see, this simple syrup is really starting to look nice. It's browned a little bit because of the different extracts that we've got. Smells delicious. Do you smell the sugar cookie?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I also smell the coffee I just spilled all over the counter.
Hey, it's okay, you know, it's live TV, live cooking, all the deliciousness. So then once we do that, we can actually add a little bit of milk into both of them as well. And our milk is warm, so it's not gonna cool down the coffee. And we'll just keep stirring it here. This simple syrup is looking great. And just keep letting it kind of burn down a little bit. And you know, it's bubbling up, and that means that it's reducing. So the sugar is starting to caramelize and get a little bit thicker. That's where the water base kind of keeps it from going. Loving Ross's face right now. One of my favorite things about being in the kitchen with Ross is watching the outcome.
You got a little cleaning up to do after this, that's for sure.
Hey, it's like a kitchen at home, you know? It's like made with love.
That's what it is. Well, when you bake, you have to be very precise, right?
Exactly. But you know, that's the beauty of this. We're not really baking.
It's
just the latte. It smells like a cookie, but it's not. Cool. So, and then if you really want it to be sweet, and I'm like a medium sweet kind of girl.
Okay.
So typically I would do about 3 tablespoons of our simple syrup. But I don't know about you. I'm probably gonna do 2 in this latte and try it out. So what's your
I'll take whatever's left over.
Well, hopefully not too much.
No, you
yep,
tell
it
me.
looks great to me. We're just gonna go ahead and do a couple of spoonfuls here. One there.
That was pretty, you made that look very easy. You want to do another one?
We'll do another one, why not? You know, it is pretty easy. And the best part is because our coffee's hot, we don't have to let this cool. It'll just taste quite delicious.
These are some nice mugs too.
I won't tell you where I got them, but a local artist.
Love that, love that.
By the name of Amazon.
Love that.
All right, and the best part about this is because it's the holiday season, I normally don't do whipped cream on my coffee, but we are making a delicious Starbucks dupe in a gorgeous mug. We don't have the paper cup mugs.
Yes.
I'm just gonna do a little bit of whipped cream along the top. Do you want some?
There is more whipped cream than coffee right now.
Well,
and that's how I like it.
TBD. But this is what it would look like. You can add some sprinkles to it. Just quite delicious, and I think it smells so good. So
cheers.
Cheers. Happy Tuesday. Merry Christmas.
That's amazing.
And I taste a sugar cookie.
That's sweet,
It's
yeah.
quite delicious. So if you want the recipe, obviously ping us on our Facebook page, follow us on social media, and we'll share it with you. But it's great to have at home, especially if you're hosting a large group of people. You can just make them something delicious.
That was quick.
It was quick. Quick and easy. Not all things take forever. Anyways, we'll be right back. We are just getting started with our show. I'm really glad that I have a cup of coffee to enjoy over this next couple of hours.
Yep, all right.
We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Just wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to my family in Florida, in Delray Beach, Florida. I miss you guys and wish you were here. Love you.
All right, Merry Christmas, Thomas and Annie. We can't wait to spend Christmas with you. Love you guys.
Hi everyone, happy holidays from Vail Health.
Les deseamos una feliz Navidad y un próspero año nuevo.
Have a happy, healthy holiday season.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these two luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Opening in time for the new ski season, Max's Bar here at TV8.
So grab a seat as friends and neighbors gather to discuss and debate the topics of the day. From best restaurants, best hockey seats, school sports, and just plain old Vail Valley talk. So join us here at Max's Bar this winter.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
What a special day. I am honored to be sharing this morning with you. At the top of this 8 o'clock hour here on Christmas, we have so much happening in this next hour. We'll be looking at holiday crafting, plus a hot cocoa, spinach and artichoke dip, and much more. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot, and let's get started.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tvavail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake!
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods for the active outdoor lifestyle. Stream online at tv8vail.com or find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on 92.
Good Morning Vail.
It's such a special episode because it is Christmas Day, and I love getting in the kitchen with my co-host. Gretchen and I got into the kitchen, but we didn't cook. We made candy cane name placeholders. Let's take a look. We're in the kitchen, but for a very different reason.
We both. I'm excited.
Always having fun. As you can see, we've got an array of supplies sitting here in front of us because we are going to craft something that is dinner related.
I'm very excited.
But it's much more festive and holiday. So, Gretchen, what are we making here?
I'm very excited about this moment because, as you can see, it is all holiday colors. Oh, and I got my nails done, so there we go. We are making the placement cards. It's for dinner, a dinner party. So it's a candy cane name placement card, and it is so easy to do. And how neat does this look at the end? I'm very impressed.
Absolutely. It's so simple, and you can honestly make this with any sort of crafts that you might have at home, or if you really want to go a little above and beyond, which is what we're doing. We went and bought some of the supplies for it. But all you need are candy canes, glue, like a cardstock, whatever you want, really, and then just a Sharpie or something else to like write your name on it.
Well,
super simple.
And I was going to say, so many people often say that they have candy canes don't really have a shelf life per se.
Yeah.
So at home they'll have extra candy canes. Like last night when we were talking about doing this, I'm like, oh, I have ton, you know.
Yeah.
So you have that already at home. I'm sure you have Sharpies and, like you said, stickers, and then all you really need is the glue. And it's fun to do.
It's really simple. You don't need a whole lot. So we actually have 3 different colors here. So we're going to have some fun with it.
Yes.
If we were having a dinner party, we'll say for a party of 8, we have a variety of colors. And we've got a fun winter green.
I love it.
I guess you could say Christmas green. And then if you're going for more of a winter theme,
Yes.
we've got this like off-white bluish color.
I love that for like snowflake.
Exactly.
Snow vibe.
And then also your classic red.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and get started. Cool. Now, Gretchen, do you want to be on candy cane duty or do you want to be on cutting duty?
I will be on candy cane duty.
Okay,
I'm all about the
awesome.
candy canes.
All about the candy canes. So what you want to do with this is you want to take 3 candy canes. So, you can mix and
I
match.
love the green.
We did a classic color. She'll get that box open for you.
Yes.
But also, you basically want to then take your place cards, depending on what the cards look like. Right here, I just kind of folded it in thirds. So I think we're going with the green. I feel like we're going to use this fun off-white bluish color.
Love that.
So since it's a full piece of paper, what I'm going to do is actually fold it into thirds. So you're just going to make sure that everything is lined up.
And by the way, Kim, green candy canes, is this a new movement, a new moment, and a new movement?
These are chocolate mint.
I love this.
As we've been talking about this whole entire holiday season, I'm a big fan of the peppermint. So
Yes,
the
me as well.
peppermint chocolate combo, it's on point.
I love that we're like little kids. We're very excited about the colors, the glitter, the mint, all of it.
Absolutely. So we're going to move some of this out of the way just so we can kind of show you what we're doing here. But we folded it into thirds, and that just makes it easier to make your cuts a little bit more even. And what you can do here, so we're going to keep it folded into thirds, and then we're just going to take scissors, regular scissors if you want to, which everybody should have a pair on hand. And you can just cut this. Again, if you wanted to fold it and make it perfect, you can cut it along here. You can cut that also into thirds, which are kind of even, but that's okay if they're not because we're going to do something fun with it.
They have character.
They do have character. So we cut these first pieces into thirds, and I don't know if you know this trick, but here's a good way to get a nice, easy line. You're
I remember that from elementary school. That's awesome.
Yep,
yeah.
You're going to keep folding it over and then just make it a nice, tight line just like that. And we're just going to rip it.
Awesome.
Super simple, easy piece of cake.
Love
Now, what's
this.
great, we have
Love this.
another fun set of scissors. So are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm so
These
prepared.
scissors have these fun little edging. It's an edging scissor, and it's usually made for scrapbooking. So if you're like at Walmart or, you know, at Joann's Fabrics or something like that.
It's wild how good it makes it look. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, we were talking a little bit earlier. I'm like, I should have made my own Christmas cards this year. This is really easy.
It is.
And it looks great.
The best, right? So we're just sitting there, just cutting it. And if you wanted, we have 2 pairs here. So if Gretchen wants to do her own.
I'm just holding the candy cane.
She is ready to go. And we'll show you kind of what we're going to do next with the candy cane.
Awesome.
So we are cutting these. So if you look, it's got that nice finished edge. And if you're really OCD and perfect about lining up your edges, which in the essence of time, I am not right now, you can just keep cutting it and lining everything up, right? So it gives it this nice, pretty, finished edge.
It's beautiful.
The best.
It's really easy too, and we were saying too, it's fun because this is something you can do with your friends. Children can get involved.
Yeah, exactly. Now the next piece of it is decorating your place cards.
So fun.
I say the next piece. It really doesn't matter what order you're doing it in. We have fun colors here. We've got gold, black, because you know black is classic, and then silver. And you can kind of just decorate as you'd like. We have some fun gold stickers here as well. But we're going to go ahead and get into making the candy cane stand.
Perfect.
Now you're probably going, okay, these look really tall. So what do we do? You know, you take a candy cane. Doesn't matter what size, but you want to make sure that it's not sticking up too tall, because if you're sitting across from a guest, you don't want a place card to be sticking up
and that's
in your
something
face.
to know too, because dependent on your kind of what it looks like, the ambiance around you, you could have it taller if you have higher seats, but I think for this, we'll go shorter.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and you just break it where you want to. You know, I like to kind of break it, and you can stick them next to each other and
Let's
see
see.
what that looks like.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, so it's not
Good.
perfect. It's like, you know, kind of like a candelabra.
I love that.
I would call it. And the next step will be to glue them together. So we actually have a hot glue gun here.
Yes.
Yep. And we're going to show you how to do that. So Gretchen and I were practicing earlier. I think we're experts.
Yes.
Do you want to man the glue gun?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so we start about here.
Yep. Ooh. We might need to add.
There we go. Ooh.
And just do a line. There we go. Just like that. And it's okay if it's kind of broken.
There we go.
Because you're actually going to stick the next candy cane right next to it, right?
Perfect.
And so we're sticking it just like that. One of them will be the back, and then the other 2 candy canes will be on the side. So I think we need to add another glue stick to the glue gun. And you know, that's the beauty of a glue gun, right? You just kind of keep adding the glue to it, and it just keeps flowing forever.
One thing we were talking about too, if you do have children helping you, we were a little concerned because obviously hot glue can be dangerous, but it cools really quickly. So, but I would have an adult do this part, or at least oversee it.
Agreed. Agreed.
Don't try this at home, kids, without an adult.
Without adult
or just
supervision.
Yes.
So then we're going to stick that right on top of it.
Cool.
And that's perfect. Looks
Oh,
great.
I love it.
Looks great to me. You want to let it dry and kind of just hold it together just for a couple seconds, just like that. Oops. And there's our stand, right? So super simple, looking
cute.
great.
I love it.
Now, best part is to decorate it a little bit. We've got some fun stars here, as you can see.
You can glitter if you want.
You can add glitter. It's really up to you. You know, if you want these to be a little more professional looking, I'd say minimal is better. But if you want it to be fun and festive, you know, or shown that it's made with love from home, you can just kind of add a few stars to it. I'm going to add some stars to mine. Gretchen did a lovely signature there.
Thank you,
You know, I'm going with the gold stars. I'm going to add, you know, you can just do really whatever you want to. Just a fun little design there.
Well, and I like this too because you could even have the people coming over decorate their own name card to give it kind of that unique vibe where they feel like they're getting included too, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, and there we
I
go.
love that.
Cute little name card. Super simple.
I love it.
Just place it right in the middle there.
Here, we'll put
And then we'll put Gretchen's on the other one. And it just
love
makes a really fun little table display.
I want to see how many people in Vail are going to be doing this year.
Let me just rotate it. There we go. You want to make sure that you
in the middle.
There you go. Right smack in the middle, and it just keeps
I
your
love
name
it.
card right there. And it's just a fun added touch to your dinner
So
table.
cute.
And
Look how cute those are.
they look so Kim and Gretchen. Check that out.
We're ready for dinner party.
We are ready, and you know what I love about the way that we decorated? We each put stars in opposite corners.
Oh, that's so funny, girl.
We are like twins on a Wednesday. It's
we
so much
really
fun.
are. Well, and what a fun, like we genuinely have had a fun time doing this. So it just shows you, sometimes I think people get kind of stressed out about holidays. Crafting can be fun, and this is something fun to do with a friend to get ready for a dinner party. So
It is, and the best part when you're done with them, You can like stir them in like hot cocoa after dinner, or take them home,
I have been all about
after
that.
dinner breath mint. You never know, you might need it.
I love this. You know, it's you can do a lot with it, but I do like the idea of the hot cocoa and stirring it in. It's kind of, it could be a stir as well.
It really can be. And you know, you can mix it up with a bunch of different colors. You can keep it uniform. And I think that's the cool part. You mentioned you've never seen the mint M&M greens. You can just get all of the rainbow colors.
That's
and
what,
it can be not just a classic peppermint theme, but it can be a theme.
I love
all
that
kinds
too,
of
because they
fun.
have bubble gum. They have, I mean, yes, it's the, yeah.
It's
The possibilities are endless.
The
really.
possibilities are endless. You can change the shape of your name cards. It's just a fun
I love
one.
it. I think it's really, really
cheers,
cute.
Gretchen.
Cheers.
You've
I
got
love
mine.
it.
I've got yours.
Hey, cheers.
Cute little dinner name cards. We'll be back right after this.
Good Morning Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tvavail.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Hello, everyone. I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for some good deals, too good to miss on Flash Deals. Now check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Spooky and Scott Show, we are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. And welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
Hi, Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
Good Morning Vail.
We may be at Christmas Day today, but you're probably still going to be entertaining all holiday season. New Year's is right around the corner. Kevin and I show you how to make a delicious spinach and artichoke dip. Let's take a look.
Good Morning Vail.
Important. It's probably the most important part of the meal.
It is Kim and Kevin here
Most part of the
in
meal.
the kitchen.
This
you know,
is-
Kevin and I just have a blast when we're here together.
We just sit here and rant and ramble about things. We were just talking about like each meal, like what's the most important part of the meal? It's the beginning part.
The beginning
it's the appetizer.
Part.
It
it's
sets
the, part
the
because
stage.
You are ravenous. Your mouth is salivating, thinking about what you're about to consume.
You're ready to go.
And so we are going to show you how to make a classic dip that's great to use with friends and family.
Yeah, that's the spinach and artichoke dip, and it's good for you. It's not just good.
Well, it is decadent for you.
It's decadent. Yeah, we got to kind of.
And if you count the
brakes.
spinach, you've got a little bit of that iron and what is it, vitamin A and
Yeah.
vitamin C in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. You know, I love making it from scratch because arguably I think it's better when you make it from scratch than what you get at a restaurant.
Well, and you were talking about, I opened up this garlic container, and it's like, oh my gosh, the aroma of garlic is mesmerizing. So I love anything with garlic in it.
Anything with garlic is absolutely delicious. So we're gonna go ahead and get started in this recipe. It's simple ingredients. You have your regular grated and shredded cheeses. So we've got mozzarella and Parmesan, which we have right here. You've got obviously the main ingredients and the feature, the spinach and the artichokes.
Love that.
And then what every good dip is a base of mayo and cheese. So
Yeah, so you've got to have your sour cream, and
Yep.
you've got to have your Philadelphia cream cheese.
that is not a plug for Philadelphia
And a
cream
little,
cheese.
little mayo. It's not a plug for Philadelphia cream cheese. One neat thing about the Philadelphia cream cheese is if you look inside the container, a lot of times you'll get some nice recipes. So kind of like a Snapple cap, where you get a little motivation. This, you get a nice recipe.
Well, I have to say I haven't thought about a Snapple cap in a very long time.
Well, you're welcome.
Kevin, you may have just dated us a little bit. But we are going to go ahead and get started and get things rocking and rolling because it is just one of my favorite things to snack on. You can always overindulge in this because it's just so delicious.
All right, let's
so
get started.
We are going to go ahead and do it. So we've had our cream cheese sitting out. It's at room temperature. So we have 8 ounces of cream cheese, which
Okay.
is literally 1 block of cream cheese.
One block.
So we'll just go ahead and throw that in our large mixing bowl. And the great thing about this recipe is it is a 1 bowl recipe. So
One bowl.
everything just gets tossed
You're
in
not
there.
doing dishes all day.
We are not doing dishes all day. And
Okay.
even better, if you're taking it to a party, just get a disposable pie tin, which is what we're going to show you how to put it into right here. Awesome. So we've got our bases. So our soft cheeses go first. We've got the cream cheese that's been sitting out at room temperature.
Okay.
We're going to do 1/3 of a cup of mayo,
Mayo.
which we have it sitting right here. I'm not a big mayo girl, but I do like a mayo that's got an olive oil base versus just your traditional Miracle Whip or
Why?
whatever it is.
Why do you like that?
I like things that are made with olive oil versus vegetable oil, and it makes me feel a little bit healthier. But I don't know. We're making a spinach
We'll just
dip,
stop
so
there.
I don't know how
We'll just
healthy
stop
we're going to
there.
be today.
Okay.
So once you've done the 1/3 of a cup of the mayo, which Kevin, excellent job there.
Got it.
Then we're adding 1 cup of sour cream.
Okay.
So you can do a mix of Greek yogurt and sour cream if you wanted to.
Okay.
But it's just a really, it's a great addition. And if you wanted to, I think even if you wanted to, you could almost add some cottage cheese and make it a little bit more protein forward.
I like that.
So I use cottage cheese as a substitute for a lot of recipes. But
this
today
is-
we are just doing the classic.
The sour cream.
So
awesome.
We've got everything just mixed in here, and we're just going to go ahead and mix it all in, and then we're going to throw in the garlic.
Okay.
So the garlic we chopped up. It says pressed, but that's just basically a fancy word for chopping it up. We have 3 cloves of garlic here, and it just smells so fresh. That's the difference between just using the stuff from the store that's already been diced. Yes, it's easier, and you can do that, but I say add a little bit more love and elbow grease.
Put a little
into
love
it.
into it.
Awesome. So we're doing it. We've got this all mixed up, and Kevin, if you want to go ahead and mix this in, I'll get
Yes.
started on the other part.
Okay.
So this is what we're doing. We've got 2 kinds of cheese. You've got Parmesan and mozzarella.
Okay.
This recipe calls for 2 cups of mozzarella, but you're only putting half of it into the dip first. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let me make sure that we've got this measured out appropriately. If you get a little extra cheese, it doesn't have to be perfect because let's be real, cheese is cheese and it's delicious
who doesn't
no matter
always
which
want
way
more
you do
cheese?
it. All right. So we've got about 1 cup of cheese now of the mozzarella. Perfect. And then we've got about a half a cup of grated Parmesan or shredded Parmesan. Basically, it's just going to melt in there, so you want to make sure that it's finely diced. But whatever you've got on hand, really, most people probably have most of these ingredients in your pantry at all times. Or fridge, I guess. We shouldn't be keeping your cheese in the
Not
pantry.
in the pantry, no.
All right. So we've got our Parmesan.
Be a whole different show if we do that.
It's very true. Very true. All right. Parmesan is mixed in there. Now, here's the fun part.
What is fun? Tell me. Talk to me.
We're putting the star ingredients into the mix.
I'm thinking spinach and I'm thinking artichoke.
I'm thinking you're thinking appropriately here.
See? We're on the same page.
We have artichoke hearts. This recipe, you can do 10 to 12. Most jars of marinated artichoke hearts are about 12 ounces. So I went ahead and I drained it already because you do not want the artichoke juice in it. But it's marinated, so it's got a little bit of extra flavor and seasonings in it. And then once I drained that, I actually took them out and I chopped them up a little bit further so that it's a little bit easier to digest when you're scooping it with a pita. And what I did, the top layer of it sometimes is a little bit harder and hard to chew. You know, if you've ever done like a traditional artichoke, you use that piece to scrape off your teeth. So I removed the outer edges and I cut off the tips and then I diced it up a little bit further. So we're just gonna go ahead and dump this in here. As you can see, it smells good. They're marinated, they look good. It's about 10 ounces that we've got going on in our dip right now.
Okay.
And then the spinach. And there is a trick to the spinach.
Okay.
You know about the spinach trick.
Yeah, well, I know that you need to drain the spinach because there's always a lot of water in it and condensation.
Absolutely. And you buy the frozen spinach and frozen chopped spinach. So you don't have to chop it, you just need to thaw it out. Exactly, already done. So you can like pop it in the microwave if you need to, but what I typically do is I would pull it out the night before, let it thaw out, and then once it's thawed out, we've already wrung out all of the excess water. It's already chopped up. So this, believe it or not, is 10 ounces of spinach. So
Are you serious right now?
I am so serious right now. So we just dump it in there too.
Okay.
And you just kind of mix it around. It takes a minute as you're mixing it. You know, this is really all that you need to do, but I don't know if you're like me, Kevin, but I always add a little bit of extra garlic powder, a little bit of salt and pepper.
Oh, yeah.
Always. Those are the classics in any recipe, in my opinion. So we're just going to freehand that. Got a little bit of garlic powder here, and I'm just going to freehand it while you're continuing to mix it in. Looks good to me.
Look at that.
Looks perfect. And then your classic pepper.
A little salt and pepper.
Salt.
Yeah.
So we'll do a little pepper, not a lot, because we don't really need to have a spice in this. And then we've got a little bit of salt because salt makes everything a little bit more decadent, is what I like to call it. So that's really all that you do. You just mix it all up, single bowl, and then we have a baking dish. Usually if you had a square pan, you do a 9 by 9 for this particular recipe, or it'll just all fit into your pie tin.
Right.
Well, while he's mixing that up, we've got a disposable pie tin right here. Pretty great.
Pretty great.
And then you just want to coat the bottom of it just a little bit. So I love the organic olive oil spray. This is in my kitchen at all times. In fact, I stock up on it and I've got like 3 extra cans because I never want to run out.
Just keeping it simple, Kim.
Keeping it so simple. And Kevin, looks great.
Okay.
I'll do the spooning, you hold the bowl. And we're just literally going to put this in here, just like that. And it will be thick because once we pop it into the oven, it'll basically kind of, just melt a little bit more. Everything will be nice and cheesy. So you just want to make sure that it's evenly spread just like that.
Perfect.
And then, remember how I mentioned we only used half the mozzarella?
I did. I remember that.
Well, the other half, if you were measuring it out, it would be about a cup. But we're just going to sit here and have some fun and just kind of dump this all over the top, because one of my favorite things when like diving into a freshly baked dip is just like breaking that cheesy, ooey gooey, delicious barrier.
Oh, yeah, get a little brown on top.
Oh, exactly.
Perfect.
So what we didn't tell you is that you should preheat your oven to 400 degrees.
400 degrees.
This takes about 20 minutes to fully meld all of the flavors and to bubble up. And so because TV magic, we actually have one ready to go in the oven right now. So Kevin is gonna show us, he's gonna pull that out, looking great. Oh my goodness, it is just absolutely golden on top, but you pull it out basically once that cheese that we just put on the mozzarella, once it starts to bubble up and look brown and gorgeous, just like this.
Look at that.
Smells good. I wish you could smell it. The garlic, the cheese, the deliciousness. To me, this smells like vacation and holidays and entertaining your friends and family.
Exactly.
Well, Kevin, I think we need to break into those pita chips. So you can serve this with whatever you want. You can serve it with, crackers. You can do some like little crostinis. But we're just going to go with the pita chips, lightly salted because we don't want to take away from the flavor. And it's just going to be absolutely delicious. I'm going to use a fork to break into this one because we don't want to break those pita chips. But Kevin, let's try it out.
Okay.
And see what it tastes like. And we're just breaking it right into it. As you can see that ooey gooey deliciousness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so hot. What do you think? Nailed it? We nailed it.
That is so good.
Well, we're going to go enjoy our spinach dip while we take this next break. And if you want the recipe, let us know. We'll share it with you.
Good Morning Vail.
At Revival Boutique Med Spa, we take an integrative and holistic approach to skincare, focusing on the bigger picture when treating our clients. We use only result-driven and science-based products that contain clean, organic, wildcrafted, and research-based ingredients. From injectables, facials, to body contouring, we offer anything related to looking your best self. Find us in the Riverwalk in Edwards. For a complete list of services, visit us online at revivalvail.com. Follow us on Instagram at Revival Vail Valley. Fall in love with your skin again. There's lots to love at Revival. Mind, body, beauty.
Hi there. Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
Good Morning Vail.
You're probably out and about a lot more than you normally would be because it is the holiday season. COVID-19 does still exist. I had a conversation about the antivirals that you can take and how to prevent it. Let's take a look. Now it's the holiday season, which means people are out and about. You're spending more time with friends and family. You're attending more events, and that means you are at greater risk of contracting COVID-19, which is still an ongoing threat. Joining me today is the Chief Medical Officer of the Illinois Department of Health, Dr. Artie Barnes. Dr. Barnes, how are you this morning?
Great, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank goodness. No COVID on my front, but talk to me about COVID and who are at the most risk for serious illness from COVID-19.
So it's important for people to know that almost 3/4 of our population has a risk factor for developing really severe COVID-19. And you could go to, again, cdc.gov or the COVID Vaccines Project and look for your risk factors there. But I think the key thing to note, having an underlying condition, cancer, heart disease, having just a weakened immune system from being on medications that suppress your body's ability to fight infections, all those can put you at risk. And sometimes some of these risk factors can be subtle. For example, just having physical inactivity or even mental conditions like depression can put you at risk for having serious complications from COVID-19.
Wow, I don't think I would have thought about the depression being a factor that can put you at serious risk. So talk to me about COVID-19 treatment options.
So the good news is we have 2 oral pills right now that work well to protect you from getting you to the hospital, as well as 1 intravenous or IV medication that can do that too. So the 2 oral pills, people may have heard of these before, Paxlovid and Lagevrio, and they can lower your risk of getting to the hospital almost by 50% in some studies, 80% in others. And so it really is important for people to be able to talk to their providers and find out if this pill is important for them. But the key thing is time. They have to get these treatments, the oral pills, within 5 days of starting their symptoms from COVID. And the symptoms can be subtle. It could be as simple as fatigue or feeling a little small fever, maybe a sore throat or a cough. So as soon as your symptoms start, the clock starts ticking, and it's important to get these antivirals in, especially if you have an underlying condition that puts you at risk for severe disease. So talk to your providers immediately, have a plan ahead of time, know that you can access these medications. And again, two options right now, both Paxlovid and Lagevrio for oral and remdesivir for intravenous.
That's good to know. Now, talk to me about the antivirals and how they work. So is it okay to take them, the second, like, let's say I had a scratchy throat, is it okay to go ahead and start taking them just to be preventative?
Ideally, you want to make sure that you have COVID, because the scratchy throat in the season could be RSV, it could be flu. You really want to make sure that you are at risk for COVID. However, if you're someone who's extremely vulnerable, let's say you're on some kind of cancer chemotherapy and have very low ability to fight infections, or you just recently had a transplant, then I think this is something to talk to your provider ahead of time and say, when should I think about starting treatments before even waiting for the test results to come back? Again, I cannot imagine a scenario where that would be warranted, because right now you could get test results really fast. Now, you could take the COVID-19 tests at home. There are also some commercially available at-home tests for flu too. So I think those are important to remember, that you could get your test results pretty fast within 24 hours and then determine, do you need treatment for flu or do you need treatment for COVID?
Absolutely. So it sounds like have a plan ahead of time, take a COVID test, and then start those treatments as soon as possible. Now,
yes,
let's talk a bit about the media report. So they're saying there's a rebound from these antivirals. Is that a concern? Can you explain a little bit further what a rebound would be from the antivirals?
Yeah, and just to be clear, antivirals do cause rebound, but so does COVID itself. So rebound has been associated even outside of the context of anyone getting an antiviral. So what rebound means is that you've gone through the illness, you felt better, or the virus is clearing from your system, and then it reactivates or comes back. And it's likely that that happens in certain situations. Sometimes when you take the antiviral, some people will clear it and then they feel the virus comes back. And it's not that the virus is resistant to these antivirals. They've already found out that that's not so, but there are mechanisms at play here we don't quite know. Now, one recent study showed that you can actually get rebound if you take the antivirals a little too early from the point of time where your test turns negative to positive. So within 2 days of your test going from negative to positive, if you take it, there's a possibility of rebound occurring. But the good news is rebound, for the most part, is mild. It has not resulted in a higher rate of hospitalizations or deaths. In fact, these antivirals still are profoundly effective in protecting you from hospitalization and death. And most recent studies, real-world studies, even in the past year in 2023, have shown that you could lower your risk of death by even about 70 to 80%. So would you rather risk death versus rebound? I think the question for me is simple, that you would potentially risk a little bit of a reactivation of the virus if you're at high risk for complications, especially if you know these antivirals will protect you from hospitalizations and deaths.
Oh, that's a no-brainer in my opinion as well. So where can we access these antivirals?
The good news is they are at most pharmacies, and different states have different mechanisms of how they've distributed these antivirals. We in Illinois have distributed it through pretty much most of our retail pharmacies here. You can actually go to the COVID-19 treatment locator, which is open access for anyone in the country, and type your zip code or look into your state or your region, and it'll show you where your treatment options are. It could be pharmacies, it could be providers' offices, and this is for those who have the U.S. government supply. Now, it's commercially available. Both of these products are commercially available, and so You don't necessarily even need to tap into this resource. You can just talk to your providers and see if they can just prescribe you this antiviral. And not everyone will still qualify for the free U.S. government supply of these antivirals. So they're now reserved for those who have Medicare, Medicaid, certain forms of public insurance, and of course those who are uninsured.
Wonderful. Well, it sounds like it's best to talk to your provider, find out where you can get them, and obviously be advised for treatment. Dr. Barnes, thank you so much for coming on, and hopefully your information sharing will lower the risk and COVID-19 won't be as prevalent this holiday season as we've seen it in the past. We appreciate you.
Thank you. I hope so, and stay safe.
Same to you. Now, happy holidays, and stay tuned. Now, we've got a bit more left on the show. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
In America's heartland, living close to the land, there's a love for the country and a pride in the brand. In America's heartland, living close to the land. In America's heartland, close to the land.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Just wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to my family in Florida, in Delray Beach, Florida. I miss you guys and wish you were here. Love you.
All right, Merry Christmas, Thomas and Annie. We can't wait to spend Christmas with you. Love you guys.
Hi everyone, happy holidays from Vail Health.
Les deseamos una feliz Navidad y un próspero año nuevo.
Have a happy, healthy holiday season.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Good morning, Vail.
I just have such a blast in the kitchen, and I love the idea of making things that you normally would buy at the store from scratch. Ben and I made a delicious hot cocoa recipe, one that he's been making with his family for years. Let's take a look. Back to Good Morning Vail now. I'm loving these kitchen segments because that means we are approaching the holiday season. And approaching the holiday season, there's lots of fun things to do. So Ben, you are going to show me something really fun to make, to give away as gifts.
One of the things that we've always done in my family in the holiday tradition is we've made a bunch of different homemade gifts. And one of the all-time favorites is hot chocolate kits.
I love a good cup of hot chocolate.
I mean, everybody loves hot chocolate in the summer, and as ski season's coming on, we're going to need to warm up. And so these kits are great. They look like little ice cream cones, and they are servings for 4.
And
so there's everything you would need for 4 hot chocolates in there, toppings, everything.
Awesome. Well, in honor of today's segment, I actually had a cup of hot chocolate last night right before I went to bed. So I cannot wait to see how we make these fun and delicious cakes.
I drank way too much hot chocolate last night, making sure I had everything ready and was prepared for everything to go. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to make our own Swiss Miss.
Awesome. I love that. You know,
So-
what's great about these too, you know, we are entering into the holiday season. You can use it as a gift, but you can throw it in a backpack and take it out on the mountain. So I think it's all purpose. Opening day
And-
tomorrow. You want something warm and delicious and festive. Here
If
we
we're
go.
really feeling ambitious and we want to make a huge batch, the batch would be good for up to a year just stored in a cool, dry place. So it's not something that we need to like rush out to make use of right now.
Awesome.
So let's get started.
All right.
Got this guy here. We got a mixing bowl, of course, and got to have a whisk. It's far and away my favorite kitchen thing is whisks. I just love saying the word whisk. So we're going to start out here. We've got our 2.5 cups of condensed milk.
Okay.
Or not condensed milk, powdered milk.
Powdered
condensed milk would be a little bit wetter than this. Pour that guy in there.
So that's 2.5 cups.
Yep, 2.5 cups of just normal powdered milk.
And you can just get that at any grocery store.
Great value. This particular one, Walmart. And that's one of the other great things about this. It's a nice impact for the gift. It's, you know, really visually stunning. It's something that people are going to enjoy, going to be able to use, and it's really, really cheap to make.
Awesome.
So
well, we like that. We like cost-friendly gifts.
Exactly. After we've got our powdered milk in there, then we're after our baking cocoa.
Okay.
So again, it's just standard baking chocolate, just like you would find at any grocery store. Pretty easy to be, you know. Fortunately, it's not very sweet.
You don't have to have like a specific brand. You can just get any
No,
kind.
any kind. I mean, I personally prefer the like heavier cocoa contents, so I went with a 70% here. Or actually, no, I think this one's 100%. Huh, even better. So we're just going to dump that guy right in there too.
Okay, so we've got our powdered milk, our
Yep.
baking cocoa. Awesome.
And our baking cocoa, we're only using a cup of baking cocoa.
Okay.
So it's going to be 2.5 cups of milk, 1 cup of cocoa, and then we've got 2 cups here of powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar, as opposed to like your granulated sugar, which you've got here. The reason we're using powdered sugar is it mixes in a lot better and creates a little bit more of a smoother consistency. And so we'll just go in there, try not to turn everything into a giant powdery smoke screen.
So you're just kind of layering everything in.
Exactly, layering everything in and then
The
whisking
whisk.
it all together. And before, we're not quite done yet, so I'm just gonna whisk our ingredients here together, make sure that we've got it all nice and mixed, and it's already starting to get a little bit of that nice chocolatey texture. You know,
Delicious.
exactly, right? It smells great. But now, we've got a couple more things to add before we're really done here. And our next big thing, and this is kind of our secret ingredient here, is cornstarch.
Cornstarch. Okay,
We're going
why?
to add a little bit of cornstarch, and what that's going to do is that's going to help it thicken up when we
Okay.
mix the water in if we're using water, because we're designing this to use water. You can still use warm milk, you can still use whatever, you know, oat milk, almond milk, whatever drink you prefer, because that little bit of, you know, or that little bit of powdered milk here, it's not going to be dairy-free with the powdered milk, but that's going to allow you to use whatever liquid you prefer. But that cornstarch is going to help it be a little bit thicker and help it give that, you know, nice hot chocolate consistency that we're all so used to. And so we got our cornstarch
Using
here.
the water too makes it easy when you're on the go if you don't
Exactly.
have your preferred milk on hand.
Exactly. And so then our cornstarch here, we're using 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. And then we're also going to add just a little pinch of salt here. And that's going to give just that little bit of offset for the chocolate.
I do like a sweet and salty flavor combination. So
Now-
I think that's going to be delicious.
And this is kind of our basic recipe here. If we really wanted to pump it up a notch, which we don't really have time for today, but what we would do is we would take our powdered milk and lay it out in a baking sheet and bake it for about 15 minutes until it gets like a
Interesting.
nice golden brown color. And that's going to give our hot chocolate a little bit of an extra carameliness to it.
Interesting.
A little bit of an extra depth to the flavor. And then
How did you learn
Our
the
last
trick of
ditch.
baking it?
that was an Alton Brown thing that I picked up watching TV.
And hopefully
He-
somebody picks up and watches our show and will be making this hot
And
chocolate.
his other thing that he recommended was adding a dash of cayenne pepper.
Yep.
So
I
we'll
have
do
to,
that
I have
here.
to interrupt there.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
love cayenne pepper mixed with chocolate. It is delicious. One of my favorite ice cream shops when I used to live in Nashville had a chocolate ice cream with a lot of cayenne pepper in it. So the fact that this is the warm version, I'm so excited.
Awesome. So yeah, we're just gonna whisk all that in there real quick. And then our hot chocolate mix.
See all of the residue coming up from the bowl.
Right?
I cannot wait to try it.
And that's it. Our hot chocolate mix is done.
Easy.
Yep,
Perfect.
pretty short, pretty simple. And
Okay, so
that's,
the main ingredients are?
main ingredients are 2.5 cups of powdered milk, 2 cups of confectioner's sugar, 1 cup of cocoa, and then 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, and then a pinch of salt and a pinch of cayenne pepper.
Perfect layering of flavors,
Boom.
in my opinion.
But now, for what makes it special and makes it our big trick is we are gonna use some clear piping bags.
Okay.
And we're gonna take, a cup of our mixture here, and we're just gonna fill our piping bag with it. But first, we've gotta put something down in the bottom here to kind of create a little bit of a tip for us.
Okay.
So, what do you think? Should we go with sprinkles? Or
This is
chocolate
hard to
chips?
decide. I love anything with sprinkles in it. So yeah, let's go with
Let's go
sprinkles.
sprinkles, yeah.
You can never have too many sprinkles, in my opinion.
Exactly. And I mean, in the one that we've got there, I found that the hot chocolate, using the chocolate chips, it kind of got mixed in a little bit at the bottom there. So easily the trickiest part, if you ask me, is just getting everything in here nice and layered. And not way overdoing it.
But this is up to your discretion, so you can put her as little or as much as you want.
Exactly. I mean, really, you kind of want to envision 4 cups of hot chocolate with everything that you've got, because we're only going to have enough room in our piping bag here for about a cup of hot cocoa.
Okay.
Or a cup of hot cocoa mix. And so it's a 1/4 cup of the mix to 1 mug of cocoa. So these make about 4 mugs. All right. So we're running out of time here, but let's go fill this up real fast and make our little.
It's going to be fun watching you put this in there.
Oh. I'm not going to do it myself because you're going to hold that open for me.
Okay, I'm here for that.
Awesome. All right.
I'm just going to keep it nice and stiff.
Oh no.
And it's a party. It is a party on this Thursday morning on Good Morning Vail.
Doing our best not to make a giant mess.
A holiday party, and look at that. Gorgeous. We did it. Somewhat.
Almost. But now to finish it off, to really create that like ice cream cone look, we're gonna create a layer of
chocolate chips
right there.
And this is the fun part. You can really put whatever toppings that you like to put into your
Exactly.
hot chocolate.
And if we had a funnel, we could be a little bit cleaner up here in the top. Or if we had a rag, we could just wipe that out real fast and keep everything nice and clean. But then to top it off, we've got to give it some marshmallows to really make it look
And then
like
to
that.
make it very holiday and festive, if you were
Ice
to tie it
cream
off on the top, just use whatever ribbon you want to. And we've got some pretty ribbon here. I'm just going to go ahead and cut a couple pieces.
And then we just turn the top there.
I'll let you do that. I'll do the tying.
All right. Tie it off.
And I'm a big fan of, the curly Q ribbon. So I'm an expert, I'd like to say.
All right.
I'm the one that gets designated to do that whenever we're wrapping gifts in my
Gotta
in my
see
household.
the professional curly Q ribbons.
All right. Well, we'll see how. I've never done it on a hot chocolate cone, so we'll see how that goes. You want to hold it? if
I
you don't
will
mind?
hold it. Yeah.
Awesome. So I think the fun part with, did you know the trick and the secret to this? You go the opposite side of the natural curl, and you just pull it up like that.
Boom.
Right.
Magic.
Do this side. Boom, and you just kind of.
And then if you really want to set it off for your holiday gift, wrapping it up with a card or a little bit of like some sort of notice, and then also include a little like printout with the ingredients or something, or just, the instructions, not the ingredients, but cup of cocoa or 1 mug per 1/4 cup of mix, and there'll be 4 in each cone.
All right, well, I know what I'm going to be doing in this commercial break, making up a nice cup of hot cocoa. I cannot wait.
We definitely have plenty of mix left over.
We've got the cayenne pepper. I love the secret ingredient, a little bit of salt. It's just quite delightful. So I'm excited to try it. Thanks for sharing today.
Oh, thank you. It was a blast.
I love learning people's holiday family recipes, so this is just a really good one to implement.
My family has a bunch, so we'll be back.
Awesome. Well, stay tuned. I'm going to go make that cup of hot cocoa, and then we'll be back with sports, crock pots, and more. So stay tuned. Hour 1 is on our way.
Good morning, Vail.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tvavail.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Pascal. And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for...
Some good deals, too good to miss on flash deals. Now check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
Good morning, Vail.
What an honor and a joy that you spent your Christmas Day morning with us here at TV8 and on Good Morning Vail. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you and your loved ones. I'm Kimberly Perot, and we'll see you next time.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods for the active outdoor lifestyle. Stream online at tv8vail.com or find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on 92.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest in health, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Start your day off on Coffee with America.